Karma spends an epic amount of time talking about dead people in the history of Britain.
Look at Churchill, look at Orwell, and you'll understand what happened to Britain in the 20th century.
You might not have noticed that they all get along famously on UK TV. 10 channels, 1 network.
Exploring the dangers and desires of the sky at night. Deep Space Sunday, tomorrow from 9 on UK TV documentary.
UK TV, the best a box can get. And now on G2, the future is bright. The future is David Dickinson. Guesting on It's Only TV, but I like it.
And of course, welcome to It's Only TV, but I like it. It's a bit like Big Brother, but with less sex and more desperate wannabes. With Julian this week, his star of Holby City and Cutting It, it's Angela Griffin. Angela used to work in Burger King, but left after an industrial injury. She foolishly attempted to lift Phil's order without the forklift. Since she was young, lovely Angela has meticulously kept a diary. Let me help you with tomorrow's entry. Won't do that again. P.S. I think Jonathan's ruined me for normal men. Yeah, have a little laugh, but not... And also on Julian's team this evening is comedian Ed Byrne. Ed's dad was a high-ranking technician working for Aer Lingus. Not an easy thing for me to say. It was his job to chase the pigs off the runway. On Phil's team, from Bargain Hunt, it's David Dickinson, ladies and gentlemen. Evening, David. David spends most of his time hanging around antique auctions. He has to be very careful, though. People keep trying to buy his hairstyle. Although he's an antique dealer, David says he's never ripped anyone off, which is reassuring, as I just paid him a fortune for Charlotte Bronte's original laptop. And thank you. That's a good deal you cut.
A great deal. Yeah. Cheap as chips.
Cheap as chips. And completing the line-up from Brookside, it's Stephen Pinder. Good evening, Stephen. Hello, Jonathan. Hello, boys. As Max Farnham, his most famous storyline was when he murdered his wife, Susanna. He ingeniously disposed of the body by cunningly leaving it in his car overnight in Liverpool city centre. Ladies and gentlemen, these are our teams. OK, our first round is TV trivia, where the teams are given 3 clues to an embarrassing moment of television history. So what do you think links these 3 clips?
God, aren't they absolutely marvellous? You've got, I would have thought without any doubt, 2 globes there, terrestrial, and this is the celestial one. And for a pair, for insurance purposes, I would suggest a value in the region of £2,500 to £3,000.
Oh, this is a piece of the world's longest sausage. It was initially going to be 7 miles long, and then the organisers discovered that in Canada a sausage had been made that was 8.865 miles long, although how you managed to keep something like that quiet, I'll never know.
£36,500 will buy you an 11-foot by 5.5-foot converted broom cupboard. And there is a prospective buyer, a 5-foot 3-inches tall secretary. So isn't the price a little ridiculous?
Well, not really when you consider the location immediately opposite Harrods, which has to be an enormous bonus for anyone who wants to live here. And Pierre d'Arterre stroke broom cupboard is really quite a good deal at that price.
So that's globes, Philip Schofield, and a tiny, weeny flat.
What do you think might be the connecting idea?
Antiques. I went on evening classes to learn about antiques.
Oh, really?
Yes, they...
what did you learn?
How to strip a Chippendale. I can also touch up an old master.
Right.
Is £10 a good price for hand rubbing?
Hand rubbing? I thought it was exceptionally cheap. Cheap as chips.
Cheap. I bet you never thought you'd be using your catchphrase in that context, David.
Not at all. That'd be great if you went mental one morning. Cheap as bollocks.
costs. Look at my tan. Off. How much I make a show, take that away. And the Dickinson, bollocks to the lot of you.
Dickinson's the daddy. That's a new country. Do you mind, later on, do you mind if I take that shirt off? I want to see where the tan line ends. I bet you're like, it's like a ghost under there, I bet. It's just collars and cuffs with you, and no, don't do that. Anyway.
I quite like the image of the pair of antique globes. Reminds me of Judy Finnegan.
Look at that. I think that guy, he's not bringing in antiques particularly as just things that have fallen out of his eyebrows over the years.
That's something.
I get an awful lot of things fall out of the old eyebrow. You know, I bet he doesn't even know he's going bald because he does this. When he gets here, he's still got eyebrow. Then Schofield sausage.
Yeah. Wasn't that a TV show?
Look at that.
That looks like the toilets at Glastonbury.
You know what? I was feeling quite peckish till you said that.
I don't really care. It's just a pleasing image. To me, that's pornography.
What you couldn't do with a 9-mile sausage, eh, Phil?
I'll tell you what I could do, 2 miles an hour. When I get to 3 miles, I hit the walls.
What's the point of a 9-mile sausage?
What's the point of a 9-mile sausage?
What's the point of a 9-mile sausage?
Give me half an hour after the show and I'll show you. That joke, trademark Max Miller, 1932.
Go have a look at the estate agent, then. Let's have a look at the young fella, my lad. Can we just start off? How rubbish is that? He just walks in and goes, da-da. No describing the conditions at all.
He's a very bad estate agent, because if you're showing a room that's that small, what you don't do is demonstrate the fact that you can't even open your arms when you step into the second day. You walk around like this, going, isn't it spacious? You know?
There's an H on the door. I wonder what the H stands for on the door, you know.
Hello! I know, I'm trying to sell my house at the moment, so I know about estate agents. And I've spent all weekend screwing a loose rod on the staircase.
What about selling the house?
It's coming along. This is Philip some years ago, I believe, isn't it? Before he entered Joseph.
Didn't he sit in a room when he was transmitting those early shows?
He used to...
there was a globe there.
He was in the broom cupboard.
But in this broom cupboard show, he used to control all the cameras, didn't he? Didn't he have little buttons or something? So I can only imagine something went horribly wrong.
It cut to the image of the globe, the BBC globe image, and he was still talking, apparently.
Well, you're all kind of in the same sort of region.
Something like that.
We're in Phil's cupboard.
OK. Let's see if you're right.
On Monday... Hang on a minute, let me do it again, shall I? Don't forget, on BBC Two, this weekend, we've got... watch this. Here we go.
There you go. It was the moment Philip Schofield pressed all the wrong buttons in the broom cupboard. Between 1985 and 1987, Philip hosted the broom cupboard with Gordon the Gopher. Philip went on to a West End stage career, while Gordon went on to cover a teapot. At the end of that round, well, you did very well. You, I think, added a few extra flourishes, so I'm going to award both teams 2 points. It's fair. You know me, fair, firm, but fair. OK, next up is Opportunity Knockers. We'll show the team some hopeful starlets from yesteryear. They have to tell us who they think still earns a living performing and, here's a clue, running their own recording studio. First up, it's Mickey Morgan and Jerry Eve from back in 1973.
My name is Mickey Morgan. Presenting Jerry Eve.
OK, next, and just listen to these lyrics, please. From New Faces in 1978, it's Sprinkler.
Hey, Mr. Disney, how did you do it? I guess you must have just sat and drew it. Mickey Mouse,
might be laughing, but me and David, we were gone then, weren't we? Finally, singing Don't Leave Me This Way from Opportunity Knocks in 1990, it's Genetics.
Don't leave me this way. I can't survive. I can't stay alive without your love. Oh, baby.
Don't leave me this way. I can't exist.
I wish you'd miss your tender kiss. So don't leave me this way. Oh, baby, my heart's full of love and desire for you. So calm down.
That's like the ones that no one would pick at a swingers party, isn't it? So, is it trad jazz, or bad jazz mag?
You do kind of wish some people had been in the shower when Opportunity knocked. Right.
But I like any band called Sprinkler gets my vote.
What were those lyrics? Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, and all of those people.
But what about the line? Did you have the line?
They're not even people. Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck. The clue is in the question, you know. And the fact they couldn't even find a decent rhyme for Donald Duck just astounds me.
But surely, Ed, you agree with the sentiment, Jiminy Cricket, oh, what a head case.
I thought Mickey Morgan looked a bit like Bernard Manning.
I like that look, though. How much would you value Mickey Morgan's coat at, David?
Priceless, isn't it? I mean, it's the, you know, the sale of the rock and roll 60s now. I mean, that could wind up in a Hard Rock in LA or in Istanbul or... Could be big money today, you know, Jonathan.
Have you been drinking cough medicine again?
The Hard Rock Cafe in Istanbul.
Well,
Top shop in the Tora Bora Mountains. There's a lovely still of them. Look at that. Years before Titanic came out, they were doing it first. And how much better Kate Winslet would have looked with a trombone next to her.
If I had to choose personally, I think the third group, certainly. Get rid of the guy. That's definitely Atomic Kitten.
Can you imagine, but when this was shown on TV in Ireland, there were the Corrs sitting around the telly. Oh, Jesus, I've had an idea. Put the girls and the little fella out to work. We'll make a fortune.
What country did you say they were in again?
Istanbul, was it?
Just by the Istanbul Hard Rock Cafe.
By the Istanbul Hard Rock.
We have Elton John glasses, yes, come look. You eat burger now. David Bowie trouser, pleated.
We have 9 mile sausage, only 1 chew by Philip Schofield. Anyway, you've been talking.
Well, I don't know who you think. We think the second one, Sprinkler.
You think Sprinkler?
Yes, because they may not be writing songs now, but we think...
But they can play instruments.
They better not be writing lyrics. The tune was reasonable enough.
They might be writing songs for, like, Five or someone, you know?
I don't think Five have ever said, Mr.
A1.
Disney, how did you do it? I guess you just sat and drew it.
You're right, I'm silly. That is a bit beyond them, isn't it? OK, what do you think, fellas?
Sprinkler are so... They've got the goods.
No
they
one
play
has
the
any
instruments.
faith in Mickey Morgan?
Got all their own gear.
OK, so we've got a vote for Sprinkler, and you're going with Sprinkler,
Yeah,
all right?
Sprinkler.
OK, well, I can tell you that Sprinkler are very much still working in the business. So you're both right, and Sprinkler were kind enough to send us this Sprinkler-esque message.
2, 3. Hi, Jonathan. I'm Alan Coates. I'm Rob Norman. Steve Stroud. And we are Sprinkler, who won New Faces, 1978.
Still got that charisma.
Yeah. Incidentally, Mickey Morgan and Jerry Eve were taken from a special edition of Opportunity Knocks in 1973, celebrating Britain's entry into the common market. And here's Hughie Green attempting some ill-advised Flemish.
Representing Belgium for Mickey Morgan and Jerry Eve, as they say in Belgium, and I hope I get this right, kies de kans.
And at the end of that round, I'm going to give you both 3 points, so you're level pegging with 5 each.
I reckon your boys are letting you down, George.
The gripping true story.
I won't rest till I've caught the man who did this.
This is Personal, the hunt for the Yorkshire Ripper, tomorrow at 9 on UK TV Drama.
Millionaire Chris Tarrant guests on Room 101 at 11, so phone a friend and tell them. But be quick, because it's on after this.
Round 3 is channel hopping, where our guests have 90 seconds to act out clues to 5 TV themes for our team captains. David and Stephen, I'm going to ask you to go first, if you'd like to make your way around the back for me, please. While Phil, I'm going to get you to don these highly amusing comedy earmuffs. If you put those on, there is a reason why you've got those. You're Starsky. You're Starsky out of Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, that's Leo Sayers' nan.
And that means you're going to be...
Yes, Hutch.
And went on to have a very dodgy singing career.
One of my enduring memories of childhood was seeing my dad dance to Silver Lady at a family wedding. And you know the way the dad dances? Oh, that's a cracker for it, Silver Lady, because your dad dances like this. And I remember studying him, because I'm a dad, and then you have to learn that. It was like this. Come on, Silver Lady, shake my hand.
Move your ass.
If you're ready around the back, I'm going to give you remote control. Let's start channel hopping.
Oh, night something. Night doctor. Night hospital. Night... Oh, something night... Night... Oh, I don't bloody know.
You two make a lovely couple.
Nigella Bite.
Nigella Bite, it is.
Restaurant, I don't know. Is it the bill?
It is the bill.
Crossroads. Sick night, dirty night, night's not well. Cold night, night feast, night cold, sick, night chest, night, flu, night with flu.
So close. Good work. Nicely done. Congratulations, you got 4 out of 5. You know what, another one you got wrong?
Right.
Night fever.
Night fever.
Night fever, and it was well-mimed and everything. You've only yourself to blame, Jupiters. Julian, that's for you. Put that on. Let's see how you look. Go on. You know you want to.
Not a scrap of dignity left.
I'll tell you what, as a treat, Phil, put yours back on.
Yeah.
Because...
Well, while you're down there...
It's Huggy Bear. So, Hutch, you're all hutched up. If you're ready to go, there's the remote control for you, Julian.
Does that look all right?
It looks better than all right. You know what? That is you.
It's dog eat dog.
It is dog eat dog.
So let them do it for a while. Room 101.
Yeah.
The richer, the poorer, till they're fast and far. And you said that you'll honour and obey me too.
your teeth?
No.
Sorry.
Oh. What the?
Is it Dynasty?
It is Dynasty. How did you get that? Die nasty.
Football match. Football poker.
Yes. Good work.
When we got married, I took the marriage vows. It's syphilis and in health, I said I'd lose. For richer, for poorer, till death us do part. And you said that you'll honour and obey me too.
Sickness and in health.
Yes.
Got all of it.
Am I awarding points? Come on back. Well done. You got the full 5 out of 5. Brilliantly performed. That means at the end of that round, I'm going to give you the 4 points you earned. You have 9. You have the full 5 points, so you have 10. You're in the lead. Well, next, everyone agrees that Granny knows best, except when it comes to the real reason Grandad's desperate to get the internet. If you don't want to know who the old folk are describing, look away from your screens now. For 5 points, can you tell me which programme or personality our old folks are talking about?
She's a really good-looking girl, and without being sort of rude about her, you know, she's got I would think, sort of a manly face, but nice. It appeals to you.
She's got blonde hair, shoulder-length hair. Slim, tall.
No, the last time I saw her, she was in this race, and she looked really nice because she was covered up here, you see, you know, she had this big white T-shirt on and whatever, and she, well, I bet when that poor soul finished, I wouldn't like to have seen under her bust. I bet that poor soul absolutely blood raw. I'm holding myself because I just know God above man's all like that, but.
It's Jimmy Savile, definitely Jimmy Savile, because he does marathons, doesn't he?
Jimmy Savile, the long blonde hair. Attractive, many people consider to be, still quite an attractive fella.
OK, forget that bit, I'll think again.
Blonde, slim, tall, racing, white T-shirt, and Ada wouldn't have liked to see her breasts.
It's Jimmy Savile.
Get the foil on me. Oh, my nipples are killing me. Jewellery, jewellery, jewellery. With the bling-bling.
Ada looks a bit like Jimmy Savile.
You see, the casual cruelty of youth.
That's not cruel. You're implying Jimmy Savile wouldn't make a very attractive old woman. I think he would.
You admire her for that?
Yes.
We like Ada. Well, we can't tell until Margaret's got the one who, you know, can enlighten us.
Well, do you want to have a guess before we move on, guys? Because we're going to give Charlie Dimmock. You're going to guess Charlie Dimmock. Yeah. You're going to guess...
Fern Britton.
You're going to guess Fern Britton. I'm happy to say Fern Britton is wrong. Charlie Dimmock's right. Good guesswork. Well done, Charlie Dimmock. Good guess, though. They were indeed talking about Charlie Dimmock. Let's have a look at the other clues they were to give.
God above, she must have eaten a lot of food. More so when it's a lovely, charming day.
She's very, very feminine because she wears tight-fitting clothes, tops, and sometimes you can see more maybe than your wife would like you to see.
She usually gets on her hands and knees with another man. Put dirty hands and knees together.
She has flaming red hair. She has flaming red hair that I would love to put some clips in and just pull it back, but she has it all over. It's all over, and she'll be digging in, and then she'll put her hand in it. It must be absolutely full of muck when she's finished.
I can honestly say I've never once watched a show with Charlie Dimmock and thought about putting clips in her hair. Yeah, they were talking about Charlie Dimmock. Well done. Last year, Charlie won Redhead of the Year, beating Chris Evans, Anne Robinson and Mick Hucknall. What an awards dinner that was. They had to hire extra chefs to piss in the soup. And at the end of that round, you now have 10 points. You're in the lead with 14 points. Congratulations. So, it's our final round, and it's a fingers on the buzzers race to the finish to test the teams on all things telly. So, teams, if you are ready, here we go. Paddington Bear likes what filling? Phil.
Rupert.
Brilliant.
Marmalade.
He likes marmalade, thank you. Who likes a little weed? Ed.
Sophie Wessex.
Sophie Wessex. Yes, David.
Prince Harry.
Julian.
Bill and Ben.
Yes, Bill and Ben is the right answer. A celebrity freak on your screens, name the TV too.
Oh, yes.
Who do you think, Phil?
Small Garfield Lineker and Davina McCall.
It is,
Yes.
and don't they make a lovely couple? What are the names of the two miserable gits on The Muppet Show? Ed.
Richard and Judy.
It was Waldorf and Statler.
Statler and Waldorf is the correct answer. What goes, and I quote, never too quickly, never too slowly. Angela?
The rampant rabbit. Unless the batteries go.
Due to an unforeseen turn of events, the quiz has been cancelled.
Yeah.
And you have one of these.
Yeah.
Is this the one where the head goes around like that?
Yeah, that bit turns there.
It's full
and
of
that bit-
marbles.
it's like that. That's why it's called a rabbit, because it's like ears.
Wow!
Yeah, well for the girls, mate.
I bought one for Denise Van Outen.
They're brilliant. They're really good.
This show just gets better and better, doesn't it?
Honestly.
But I know the answer.
I don't care about the answer. We can see you back for the other team. We're dwelling on this.
Hello, Mum.
Her mother's got one. This is like Christmas.
Oh, no. I'm just going to get on a bus and everyone will be saying it to her.
She does it on a bus. Sorry, the answer big. First, please.
No, it's quite
That's a Magimix you're doing. You're making muffins. Julian.
Trumpton.
It is Trumpton. The clock in Trumpton. Another freaky celeb on your screen. So are these two.
Oh! Oh!
Angela.
It's me, and it's Charlie Brooks.
It is you and Charlie Brooks.
Feel my heart from that.
It was quite late in the game, but you got 1 point. What's going on here? I love a team celebration. Well done, you. Good work. OK, in Brookside, what did Mandy Jordache keep under her patio? Oh, Ed first.
A small piece of Liverpool.
Well, yes, technically, but not the answer I'm looking for. Stephen.
Fred West Spade.
Oh, God. Shame on you.
Her husband.
Her husband, Trevor. Two more TV faces that make up a freaky celeb. Who are they?
It's Posh Spice and Stephen Fry.
You're right. I can tell you that the final scores are... Phil's team had 15 points. This week's winners are Julian's team with 17 points. Well done. Hold ahead. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Thanks to Angela, Julian and Ed and David, Phil and Stephen. And now to those who thought they'd never see Jim Davidson on the BBC again. Sorry to disappoint, but this is just too good an opportunity to miss. Here's a 22-year-old Jim doing a routine that makes John Virgo's trick shots look funny. Good night.
So I've jumped in my car, up the road, 47.5 mile an hour. Well, I've got a good car, you know, the big un, Austin All Aggro. Good London car. And I'm up the road, keep my eyes out, and a forest pulled out behind me. I thought, fancy that. And this forest has pulled me in, a door's opened, and a great big elm tree got out. Nick, 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 nick. Well, I twigged it, didn't I? I said, who are you? He said, we're Special Branch, aren't we? Thank you very much. Good night. God bless you all.